What's up, everybody? Well, I got another FIREBAT mini PC gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're doing that Dragon Quest Monsters of Dark Prince game. So far it's ran quite well on everything, so hopefully this system will follow suit. That'd be just great. And it didn't seem to take up an enormous amount of VRAM. I actually paid attention to that this time, so we should even be good on that, even for 1080p high. Though, it might just not have the horsepower for 1080p high. We'll see though. We're gonna do the exact same thing we did on the Allies, and just see what it can do. But we do lose a little performance here since we're using OBS and all that stuff, so there is that. That's why we do the camera recorder portion too. So, I guess with that, it's game time.
So just like on the Allies, we'll start off on high with the frame rate completely uncapped, just so we can see what it can do. Now if I recall, it can't quite stay at 60 all the time, unfortunately. But we can still play for a little bit. It does stay over 30 and 40, at least in this area the whole time, so I think you'd be more than fine with that if you're someone who does not care about 60 plus kind of stuff. Me, I got spoiled. I like 60 plus. In fact, I'm more of like a 80 to 100 FPS person for a single player game. And then whatever you can have for multiplayer. Give me all the frames. Now we can do medium, 900p, which is how I'd play. As far as I saw, it never dropped under 60. And of course, if all you care about is frame rate, you can always just do 720p low, which we will try next. But hey, we can't get to that until we do this. So let's go ahead and hop on into 900p medium. So now finishing up 720p low before we get to the camera portion, where we won't have OBS messing with it, but heck, even this kind of game doesn't even care that much about OBS, to be honest. I think it only loses like 3 FPS or something like that, but I still like doing that for the people that like a POV shot, and still that's 3 FPS that it should have, so I still like doing that, so there's nothing messing with the FPS, you know? But now it's time to hop into the game once more.
You're one of us now.
So, let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. Man, all the ice cracking is crazy. But yeah, this is the way to go if all you care about is FPS. And the game doesn't even look that bad all blown up like that. I've seen games that are way worse than this. But me, I'd play at 900p medium. I think that'd be fine for this kind of system. And heck, for the people that don't care about 60 FPS, even high was working pretty decently. It just it couldn't hit 60 all the time. Seemed to be mostly mid-50s from what I was seeing. But for a lot of people, that's more than adequate. Oh, wouldn't that be adequate? Alright, let's go fight the Bunnicorn. Oh, and the other guy showed up too. Ant Guzzler. I don't know, I think I'm going to use the mole guy for the entire game just because I think it's really, really, really hilarious that his basic attack is just walloping someone over the head with a shovel. I don't know, something about that just tickles me. Tickles the old funny bone, as one were. Alright, just one more level until I reached my goal, and then I was going to move on to that Endor place. That's why I make sure I was 100% ready, since they want me to go do some, like, tournament thing. Although they probably made it easy as pie to win, so I'm probably already overpowered as hell as it is. And don't even need to do this, but it was just a little goal I set for myself. And I wanted to make sure we got some footage of fights and stuff. For all I know, after, most of the going to Endor is going to be talking before you even get to the arena, you know? So I wanted to make sure, at least on this system, we got a decent amount of fighting. Now, on the overpowered small form factor PC, who really cares what happens on that one? That one's going to do insane. Although, I think so. And then, for all I know, maybe it'll be a stuttery mess. Or crashy, or who knows. I remember, like, a couple easy games crashed on the thing, and a couple of them stuttered like crazy compared to these systems. So, just because it's super powerful doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best way to experience a game like this. Which is funny. But there's usually a solution to those problems, but then a lot of people don't want to search for those kind of solutions. But hey, that's what consoles are for. If you're a person that doesn't want to fiddle and just wants to sit down, grab your controller, press a button, and start playing and don't care about anything other than playing the game, then that's why consoles are alright. Me, I prefer PC, but I like having control over things. And I can deal with a stutter every now and again to have said control. And then, when you're on these badass computers like I've got, the graphic fidelity is just insanely better. Even than like the PS5 Pro. I don't think I'd have as much problem with Pro if they just included everything in the box. It should just come with a damn stand and the drive. And just be the same price. And then I don't think people would be as mad. And call it overpriced. But heck, after freaking seeing the Nintendo Switch being $450, that's not awful for what it is. But then seeing Xbox raise their prices, I was like, oh my god, it's like you want that console to fail. It's already not doing great compared to the rest of them. But hey, I think they make most of their bread and butter off of Game Pass now, to be perfectly honest with you. The Xbox is just there for the people that don't like PCs, really. So, that's gonna suck if they stop making consoles for people who just like Xbox and Microsoft stuff, but, you know, there's not enough of them to warrant keeping it around, possibly. We'll see. So far, it's just rumors. I don't think I've seen anybody high up say, for sure this is the last one. So we'll see. But me, I mean, I prefer if there's exclusivity to die, personally. I think everything should be available to everybody. And that includes Nintendo. But Nintendo's the only one so far that can really get away with being like, nope, we don't have to put it on anything. People will buy our console to play our games, and we don't have to worry about it for now. But I don't think that'll last forever. I could be very wrong, though. We'll see. They would definitely be the last one to put their games on PC and other consoles and whatnot. And they might not ever put it on older consoles. They might just put it on PC. That'd be great, but we shall see what happens. I think pretty soon Sony's going to go day and date. We'll see. I mean, we pretty much already got everything they've got on PC. It takes a little while to get here, but I've got plenty to play. In the meantime, I don't even really, like, I completely forgot Stellar Blade was coming out this month until just a little while ago. I saw a couple videos about people playing the demo and whatnot. And I was like, oh yeah. Because that, I think, is about a year old, isn't it? I don't know at this point, or at least like 6 months. But I'm alright. I had plenty to play. I like how your creatures that are just chilling and like not in storage, but just in your backup still get experience. A lot of games it's like, nope, just the one you attacked with gets experience. And it's like, man, this makes leveling up take forever. This game makes it easy as hell. And then when they're strong enough, I mean, I know I could give them orders and stuff now. I didn't notice that at first, so I was sitting here like, man, I wish I could, like, not kill the stuff if I want to recruit it. But I could probably just have 1 or 2 attack and then keep on trying. And who knows, maybe hitting them doesn't even make it easier for them to catch like in Pokemon. I have no idea. I just basically applied Pokemon strategy to this. That's pretty much what happened. Alright, let's get into one more fight, and then I think we'll go wrap this video on up after that. Oh, I think the seasons were changing right as we got into this battle. Nice. See, I think that's a neat thing they did too. Different seasons, different monsters, even in the same areas. That's pretty cool. Wonder how many monsters are actually in this game now. I mean, I'm not expecting 1,000 different ones or whatever, but wonder how many there actually are. Well, I guess I find out when I play. Alright, looks like it's springtime. And then spring showers? Spring flowers or something like that. I think it's supposed to be April showers bring May flowers. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Anyway though, why don't we wrap this video on up? Wow, that is about that for this game. Damn, seemed to run alright. I mean, 1080p high was even okay if you don't care about 60 FPS. Now, I would just play at 900p medium. I think that's, well, as it suggests, a great middle ground. And then if you don't care about any of that and you just want like esports levels of FPS and don't care what it looks like, you can drop it down to low and get over 100 FPS basically everywhere I was seeing. So that's pretty badass. Even though this is, I believe, a game that was originally meant for mostly like the Switch and whatnot. But still wanted to try it out because you never know. Just because it's meant for a Switch does not mean it'll be a great port. I played Switch ports that stutter like crazy on PC, but then those same ones also drop crazy frames on the Switch original. I haven't seen too much from the Switch 2, but that at least seems to be at least a little more powerful than like a Steam Deck, especially dock. Handheld and handheld mode, they're pretty comparable, but it has DLSS, and we all know DLSS absolutely steamrolls FSR and Intel's little thing. So it'll probably have games looking better. Plus it has a 1080p screen, but not OLED. They're saving that for later, of course. They don't want to give you everything all at once now, nothing to upgrade later to, you know? Can't even blame them. I mean, Steam did the same thing. They probably could have made the original Steam Deck OLED, but they were like, nah, we can double dip later. And then people that haven't bought it yet can get it, and other people like me was like, hey, I want more battery life in an OLED screen, instant buy. So they got money on me twice. Anyway though, that's all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.